Imagine for a moment a world where you could get 10, even 15 years out of your car's 12-volt battery. Well, you don't have to imagine, it's not a fantasy. Today I'm going to show you what's special about the battery in this Lexus GX460. Most people get excited about Toyota and Lexus products because they insist on using the best quality automotive parts available. When it comes to the battery in this Lexus GX460, you can actually get 10 years and even 15 years out of the battery easily. Now, to put that into context, most batteries are likely to get 3 to 5 years out of them. But this battery is of the highest quality. And before we can explain that, we got to do a quick crash course on the company Panasonic. Promise it'll be quick and won't be boring. But in order to understand what's going on, you got to realize that Panasonic is the world's leader in battery technology. If you go back to about 23 years ago, the year 2000, prior to that, companies couldn't get power tools, cordless power tools, to work. You'd put a battery pack in them and they would last like 20 minutes. And I'm talking about a drill, something like that. You know, the batteries just couldn't work. And people said you could never get a cordless drill to operate the same way as a plug-in drill. The battery packs will never be strong enough. Enter Panasonic, and they completely changed that. Their battery packs and their battery technology allowed power tools to run for days. Their battery technology allowed users to run their power tools throughout a whole shift instead of just 20 minutes, and that's it. Now, around that same year, 2000, manufacturers, specifically Toyota, came up with the idea of a hybrid electric vehicle like the Prius. And critics said the same thing. There's no way you're going to get the battery packs in a hybrid electric vehicle to be able to power an electric motor. There's just no way. And again, enter Panasonic. Panasonic batteries were in those first-gen Toyota Priuses. The rest is history. Lastly, about 8 years later, Tesla came along with this idea of an electric-powered car, battery electric, no hybrid, pure battery electric car. And critics again said the same thing. There's no way there's a battery pack strong enough to power an electric vehicle and make it practical. Well, take a guess whose batteries are in the Tesla? Panasonic. And that's exactly what you've got in your Lexus GX460. So let's hop over and I'll show you how to get 10, even 15 years out of your battery. Here is your Lexus GX460 battery, and this is a Panasonic. And the first thing you'll notice is that it's clear. It's not an opaque case, it's clear. The reason why it's clear is so you can check the electrolyte level. And so there's a top mark, it's hard to see, but it's down there where my finger is, and it says upper, and then there's another one that says lower. Okay? And then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ports here, and these just unscrew by hand, and the idea is real simple. Just add distilled water, make sure it's distilled, not regular water, because it can't have any minerals in it, or the minerals will contaminate the battery. So as long as you periodically add distilled water under these caps and keep it at the high mark and don't let it go below the lower mark, you're going to be A-okay. Now, most people neglect these and they don't do anything. They just let it sit, and it lasts 7 years, 9 years easily. To get it to last 15, simply check it periodically. I do it every oil change, but it varies based on your temperature, based on the electrical loads, based on your environment, things like that. So the idea is to keep an eye on it. Now, it's hard to see. If you need help, get a flashlight in there and do it at night. Put your flashlight right where my finger is, and it'll light up the electrolyte, and you'll be able to clearly see what's going on down here. Get into the habit of doing this, and this world-class battery will last you 10 to 15 years easily. So if you want to make this last the longest, get into the habit of filling these up. Now, clean all this crud off that you see here. This is filthy. Don't let any of that get in. Just clean it off real good before you open the caps, because you don't want any dirt going down in there. I've constructed this prop to give you a better understanding, because I know it's hard to see the battery. But on your Panasonic battery, there's a clear case. Again, it's clear because they want you to maintain it. It's a very good battery. The owner's manual won't tell you this, but the Panasonic, the actual manufacturer, will. Anyway, you have an upper line and a lower line, and this pink liquid, don't use pink liquid, use distilled water. It's just to help you see better. You're just going to make sure that your battery electrolyte or your water levels don't go below this lower mark. So you never want to let it go below here. If you do that, the plates will be exposed, and that's where your battery degrades. Instead, keep it at the upper level, but check it periodically, because it may go down. It will gas off naturally, and your liquid level will be there. Bring it up right to your upper mark. Now you're going to have to do this for your individual cells. You're going to have to do it 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Unscrew and make sure they all go up, or do one cell at a time. And again, if you're having trouble, take a flashlight and shine it where my finger is, and it'll illuminate the water and make it easier for you to see. You do that, and your battery should easily get you 10 years, but you'll probably get 15 years out of it if you stay in the habit of keeping this water level, distilled water, keep that up there. You'll probably get 15 years out of it, no issues. If you found this video helpful, please remember to like and subscribe. Thank you, and have a great day.